What am I up to? Late night baking. Finally getting around to doing the cake. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this little lamp on here so I get a bit of light. If I can find the plug, which is under here. Let me move this old TV out of the way. What cakes are we making? The same ones we was going to bake the other day. For all you newcomers. That one works. And that one, that's better. Also, going to put my little apron on, guys. I used to be a baker and a chef for many years. Not that I'm going to put that over my head. Don't wear it like that. See, I've been a baker and a chef, but first of all I was a baker. Back in the day when you actually learned to make things with your hands. I lost art now. But anyway, a chef would have that all the way over. But what I do, I'm a bit of a baker, so what I do is have that like that, and then I double that up. It just goes round like that. Not that I'm going to get messy. What we got here? Right, the ingredients. Let me turn this round a bit, or try and put it down without dropping the phone down. No, that's going to slide. I'm just going to show you the ingredients, what I'm working with here. What you're going to need, if you're going to follow it along, but you're going to need some butter, which I've got melting down in this thing here. You're going to need some sugar, all depending on what sort of cakes you want to make, but you're going to need some self-raising flour. You're also going to need, so I'm crouching down a bit here, you're also going to need some eggs. You're going to need something to put in your buns, or your cakes or whatever. And this cake mix can be made into a big cake, or what I'm doing here, I'm doing individual tins, little buns like muffins, basically. You're obviously going to need some fruit. And what I've got here, I've got some sultanas, which I'll show you in a second. I've also got some raisins, which I've got here, and also got the other day some cherries. So I'll just show you the ingredients, what I had there. We got butter melting down in there. We got some sugar in there. We got the flour there, the eggs there. Up here we've got sultanas, raisins and cherries. And you might need a dash of milk depending on what the cake mix is like, but I'll show you what you should be looking for. How do I know about cakes as well as records and things? Well, when I left school, the second job I did when I was 16, my brother used to work at the local bakery in the next town, and I started there as a young boy. And I've worked in about 5 or 6 bakeries since. But then I went to college to be a professional chef. So I've done chefing as well as baking, but I prefer baking. Can chefs bake? To a degree. But yeah, there you go. Anyway, like I said, I've got my little stripy thing. I'm not going to get messy. I'm not going to weigh anything. I don't weigh anything. I can just tip it out by eye. I've been doing it that many years. I can just tip it out, basically. Right, anyway, let's get on with it. Are you also going to need a big bowl? I've got my little things. So what I'm going to do first is, and I've not put the oven on yet to preheat or anything like that. What I've got up here, look, we've got the baking tray, which we put one on there. So when we get on there. Late night baking. People who are tuning in probably think, what is he, playing music? Is he a music man? Is he a baker? I'm everything on here. But yeah, I like making cakes. It's just something to do. It's quite therapeutic, basically. And I had a load of fruit left, so I thought, right, all I had to get was the flour, and I've got some cherries. But how many are we going to squeeze on here then? Should be able to put another row in to start with. So I'm not going to be bursting out the tins or anything like that. We'll put another 2 on there, look. Probably that'll do, but the cake mix might be a bit bigger. But anyway, we're going to remove the fruit. Like I said before, you're going to need a bowl. This is my mum's old bowl, which is from America, which I'm using tonight. The time is currently, that one's, my big clock's wrong. Boom, that's going to be wrong, isn't it? It's going to be at 2 o'clock, it's going to be 1 o'clock. And there's another clock. And there's another clock over there. But that's a massive clock, that size of that. But I've got to put another battery in that. But yeah. So yeah, at 2 o'clock, it's going to be 1 o'clock. Anyway, back to the cake. Once I've had a quick puff on my spliff, which I don't advise to do in the kitchen, guys, unless you're at home, obviously. Quick puff of the spliff, a little bit of this blue drink, which is some mad energy drink. Right, what we're going to do, straight into the baking. We've got the batter here, like I showed you before. The batter's in here. That's ready to go. Let me just get these tins out of the way. Get some of these tissue things I use. Not that it's going to get messy. Right, what we're going to do first is the batter, guys. The batter. How much are we using? I'm just tipping it in, but say you've got a block of batter, say half a block, just under. Doesn't really, it depends how big your mix is going to be, but so basically we got the batter in there, yeah. We're going to tip the batter in the bowl. How did I get the batter to melt? There's ways you can do it. You can either start it off in a microwave, or what you can do is what I've just done. I've boiled the kettle like a bain-marie effect. I'll put that in a saucepan and then filled the saucepan up and just stood it there for a couple of minutes. But yeah, I've worked in a lot of bakeries. Used to like working nights, actually. Best money as well. It's good money. I'd never, saying that, I should really give them away or something. I've got all chef's whites and that upstairs, like a set for every day. Should really get rid of them. Right, so in there we've got the butter. Now you want to get some sugar, which is in here. How much sugar do we need? This is just oh, if I can get the lid off. This is just granulated sugar I'm using here, which is just what you'd normally use. I best say, as people might be trying to use icing sugar, you don't know, do you? You really don't know. Yeah, that's just your normal sugar. What we'll do, we'll get a spoon. We'll just dry the spoon off. Get the butter off. what we're going to do, I'm going to go straight in with the sugar, which is my camping sugar. Look. Boom. A little bit more for luck. I'm going to put that much sugar in, guys. And then what we're going to do now, if I can find the right utensil, because my kitchen's sort of everywhere at the minute. Got in here then. Palette knife. No. I was looking for my whisk, but what I'll do, we're going to just whisk it up like that. Look. See that? What you're doing, whipping that all in, guys. Whipping it all in. All you're looking to do is just cream it up, man. You're just creaming it up. Basically. Don't really matter, it's all going to be baked to hell anyway. That's your sugar and butter. But that's what you're looking for, like you can't go wrong anyway. Just mix it. Mix it up. Like that. So in there we got the butter, the sugar. We're now going to add 2 or 3 eggs. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put the camera down. Up there for a second, just while I crack the eggs and put them in there. 1. 2. 3 eggs going into that. And no shell. How about that? Now what I'm going to do is I might have to get another utensil in a second, but all you're doing is mixing it again. So I won't show you it until I've mixed it, or I've mixed it, otherwise I'll just be holding the camera. Obviously to get a whisk, obviously I'm using a spoon with holes in, or here I've got a palette knife which works okay. But I'll stick with the spoon. Don't really matter too much anyway, because it's all going to get mixed up even more. Yeah. And what that ends up looking like. So in there we got, what have we got in there? We got the sugar, we got the eggs and the butter. That's going to look like that. Don't matter that it's lumpy, it doesn't matter. You've got a lot more mixing to do. Right, you've got that there. That's basically your base. What you want to do now is you want to add your flour. You can either, well, I've got self-raising flour. Some people will use plain flour and add baking powder, which is not bicarbonate of soda. It's 2 different things. But personally, I just get the self-raising. These come out perfect. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Obviously, you can see I don't just play music. I can bake as well. I can cook. How about that? Maybe we should do cooking. Cooking once a week. How about that? I bet the people that are tuning in and thought, oh yeah, he mentioned that the other day doing the cake. I've had it all here ready to go. Just obviously with ADHD, I need a little something to get me in the mood. I just feel up for it now. Oh, it's 2 o'clock now. It's 2 a.m. which means it's 1 a.m. Which means it's going to be dark very early tonight. I need to put a new battery in that big one. I need to wind that back an hour. I've got quite a few, where I collect clocks and watches, I've got quite a few to wind back. I think the only thing that changes itself is my mobile there, my smartphone. Right, back to the baking. back to the baking. You're now getting your flour. You can sieve it into there, or you can just do what I do. What I'm going to do is just go like that. I'll show you in a minute. I'll wait nothing, I'm just tipping it in. My mum would go, what are you doing? What are you doing? She used to weigh everything religiously. Obviously, I've been a baker. I don't need to weigh everything. I can just tip it in and know what I'm up to. Right, now this is a bit thick. The mix is a bit thick now, I'll show you. We get a thick mix. So what we're going to do now, we're going to, you can add water, but we're going to add a splash of milk. British milk. Obviously, it doesn't matter where your milk's from. And I'll tell you the consistency you're looking for. Remember, we've got to add the fruit yet. There we go. It's moving a bit better now. A bit more milk. Doesn't matter. Don't get it too sticky, but because you've got to add, we're going to be adding the fruit. Get my palette knife just to scoop in the shite around the edges. Give it some of that. Or obviously you can use a hand thingy bob. I've got a proper, in fact I've got my mum's mixer from, I've actually been on TV with it. It's from the 60s, a Kenwood one. It's a real old school thing. Right, bit more milk. And the consistency you're looking for, right people, for a cake mix is, you don't want it really runny, you don't want it that thick that it's not even dropping off the spoon. You want it a little bit more than that, but I'm going to be adding the the fruit, so I don't want to tighten it up too much, but I'll just show you in case you can just bake this mix, just have a cake mix. Obviously it's pretty bland. You can put anything in it. You can put bananas, nuts. Obviously I've gone for the fruit option. A little bit more flour. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. A lot of late night bakers out there, I can see. And what the consistency you're looking for is, I will get there. I reckon we'll be there now. You want it just so it drops off the spoon, not so it runs off really runny or never drops off. So it's just plopping off. But I've left that a little bit runny because we're going to be adding the fruit, but I'll show you what I mean as we go along. Also, if you've got any questions, just put them down in the chat thing there. Yeah. Right, so you've got your mix there. So that's everything in there now. All we're doing now is adding the fruit. So what we're going to do, we're going to get these sultanas, and we're going to bop loads of sultanas in, guys. And I like mine quite fruity. I don't know about you, but yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll whop them all in because I've got some spare ones. Give them a little swirl in, like that. You can put spices, like cinnamon spices, into this as well. I like to keep things easy. Obviously you can put spices and stuff in, but to be honest, you're going to get some spices coming out of that fruit when you're cooking it. Right, so in there's the sultanas. You then got your raisins, which are my favourites. Well, 1/2. We're going to do the same again. Bang. Base knot, 1 knot. We're going to mix that up. See, it's getting a bit thicker now, look. That's what you're looking for. So it's plopping. So there, we've got a nice little mix up the fruit and the things. We're now going on to the cherries, which I actually bought for the cake especially. Cakes especially. So I'm also going to just whip out there and turn the oven on. What temperature? Flat out. Give me 1 minute. Get the oven heating. Right, I've just put that on. I'll put it on halfway, so now I get a bit longer to do this here. Now we've got the cherries. How I'm going to do them? You can slice them like half them, put them in quarters or whatever. I quite like cherries, so we're going to go the full hog. What I'm going to do is I've probably got enough shit here to make 2 lots of buns, so I'm just going to put. I'll show you. Just going to put half the cherries in, like that. Hang on, sticky hand on, but it's all good. Right, so in there's everything now, guys. All I'm going to do is just whip that round like that. We're going to tidy up as we go along, which is always a good idea. I'll just show you what we've got here now. What we've got is the cake mix done, dusted. Who wants a bun then? If only we had smelly vision. But anyway, you will actually see these cooked as well. What I'm going to do, we'll do this in a minute. What we're going to do is whack them into the little trays, which I'm probably going to do another load anyway. But what I'll do, then I'll go away, but then I'll come back with another live video. So don't forget, if you're not subscribed, don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll see that video. And when I'll actually show you what they look like red hot coming out the oven, so you can see what we're up to. But as you've seen, I've just tipped it in. Have I always just tipped it in like that randomly? No, I learned how to do that many years of doing it. Basically, yeah. And I've been taught by some good bakers, good old bakers. We used to make, I can actually mould things with my hands, whereas now it's all thrown in the machine, comes out the other end. But I learnt to actually do things properly, which is why I'm able to do this. So you make a proper cake. Obviously you can go down the road and buy a cake mix and whatever, but personally I like doing it myself. And obviously it's a lot cheaper doing it yourself. Got loads of flour left. What we're going to do now is I'm going to bring up, we've got 2 clean spoons, we got a palette knife which we're going to just wipe down. We're now going to grab the trays, and what I'll do quickly, I'm just going to put, I'll show you how much goes in. Basically, just get a big spoonful in like that. Basically 2 big spoonfuls will do. I'll show you what it will look like when I've done a few. Obviously it's going to rise a bit, so you don't want to fill it right up, obviously. Don't know how many we'll get out of this. But yeah. Get down the shops, get your ingredients, people, and get baking. Just follow my video. Don't worry about weighing it out. Just look at what I do and follow me. Right, well, this is the 4th one. Oh, we might. Don't know how many we're going to get. What do you reckon? Speed it up a bit. Number 6. What I'll do is show you this now, and then I'll bang them in the oven. What I'll do, I'll show you these, cut the video off, bang them in the oven, and then I'll come back with another live video saying the baking results. But what you're looking to do is something like that. Does it matter if it's uneven? No, it's going to rise anyway, so it'll even itself out. Anyway, I'll be back probably in about, it doesn't take long to cook them either, guys. It's probably, and I'll also tell you how, I'll do this now, I'll tell you how to tell whether it's cooked or not, any cake. Get a knife, let's pretend that's a knife. And if you want to know if any cake's cooked, all you do is sort of open the oven, whip it out or whatever. You put in your knife through the centre and just pull it out slowly. If it comes out clear, it's cooked. If it comes out runny with anything on it, it's not cooked, obviously. That's how I can just look at it, but I'm just explaining to people that can't just look at it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what you do. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit with the results. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video, and also share the video if you feel that you want to.